I normally don't make any videos about topics like this, but it's time that I do talk about it in a video. I just want to keep it to this. I don't want to talk about anything else, really. I just want to keep it to this. I'll mention you why I want to talk about this. By the title of the video, you can tell that why I feel what I feel. The Bloodline, since the Raw is Netflix debut, has been generally of no substance. I generally don't care about the MFTs. The MFTs were the worst of the Bloodline ever was, honestly. And now they're running it back with Roman, Jay, and Jimmy. And I think and maybe there's a group of people who aren't that interested in this. Again, there's a group of people who love the Bloodline and they're Bloodline Glazers, and they're forever gonna say they love the Bloodline because they love the Bloodline. It's something they just love. Again, I'm not one of those people, but it's what it is. The problem that I have with this Bloodline run right now is that I don't see any change, anything new, anything different. WWE is running this, and I'll give you an example. It's like, Star Wars makes a movie, right? They made a first iteration of their trilogy of movies that they did. And they make another iteration of that trilogy, trying to make another iteration because Star Wars became such a big franchise and became so big. Or any other movie franchise who did this. They would make the second iteration because they became so big. And they tell a story that's basically rinse and copy and repeat. They tell a story that's the same cast of characters, the same person, the same top tier, whatever. Like, I'm not telling you what Star Wars did, I'm talking about WWE. WWE basically took that formula and they just kept the same cast of characters, the big franchise making another iteration. This is what basically this is. This is a second iteration of the Bloodline storyline. The first iteration died, or it ended at Raw's Netflix. That's how it ended to me. And I just generally didn't care about the Bloodline coming back together. And you could say the Bloodline was, a little bit part of the Vision and what was going on with the Vision and Roman and Bronson Reed and whatever. But again, I generally still didn't care as much. Like, I honestly stopped caring after that solo Sikoa match with Roman Reigns. I stopped caring. I have no reason to care. I don't think I genuinely want to care either. Because we've been running the Bloodline for 6 years now. 6 years. We're really close to SummerSlam. He came back at SummerSlam, Roman, and turned heel. And that's how the Bloodline storyline began, because it was very much centered on blood and dictatorship and family drama and family. And it was new then, and it was great then. The Bloodline made WWE must-watch television. I will not argue with that at all. But that was 6 years ago. That was 6 years ago. We're close to now. That's more than half a decade ago. They've been running longer than the NWO. Why do we need the Bloodline still? Why do we need the Bloodline? Because number one problem that I have here is that WWE is creatively bankrupt. Paul Levesque, he does not know what to do. He really does not know what to do. So they're bringing back the Bloodline to run it back again because they have nothing for them to do. They have nothing for other talent to do on the show. They're running back with the hits. They're trying to make a second iteration of it, basically, with this Roman Reigns championship run. It's like, I'm so done with this. I'm so done with this, honestly. And people think this is such great television, this is cinema. Bro, this is a cinema that I wanna respectfully leave. Because this cinema is awful. This cinema is a very bad cinema. Movies are not always great. Television, differently. Movies are not always great. This is the movie that I want to get the fuck out of here, honestly. This movie is not great. This movie sucks. This movie needs help. It needs to be written with new dialogue and new approach, a new formula, a new story. We're running the same story again. He hasn't apologized either. Go check the video, which will pop up right there. Go check that out. He hasn't apologized one bit. He's the same Roman Reigns.